from Ford Field in Detroit. This is the National Football League. As we'll see Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions versus Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. Begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within one quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track. On first down, Goff escaping the pressure right. Complete to right. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle it, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wright's got it. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. On second down, here's Goff. Flushed out right. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. That's a great example right there to remind everyone of what a weapon he can be as a mobile quarterback, Charles. Nice play to escape the pocket and get his offense into the red zone with a first down.
And defensive coaches losing their mind on that play because they knew about his mobility coming in, and they preached all week long. If he gets outside the pocket, find receivers in your area and cover them. Otherwise, plays like that will continue to result.
They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Off play action. Here's Goff. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So they only needed a couple of feet there on 4th down, but they got more than that and then some as he takes this into the end zone.
And I love your description right there, right? 4th and short. They got that. No problem. Let's go ahead and get the rest of it. Finish it off in the end zone. Touchdown. Everyone goes away happy on that one.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So here are the Browns under head coach Kevin Stefanski. And at quarterback, a longtime signal caller in the National Football League, former Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco.
Remember when the conversation was, is Joe Flacco elite? Well, at one point, he was elite enough to not only win a Super Bowl, but be named the MVP of that game. And for a time, one of the top-paid quarterbacks in the league. Not bad for a young man who transferred to Delaware from Pitt while in college. This guy has had a great career. Not many chances now to lead an offense, but still capable if put on the field.
They will start this drive with Ford, powering forward, escapes the defender. There he goes, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Operating off play action, Flacco. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Flacco. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. Here's 2nd and 3. As they've got it as we resume action. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
On first down, it's Goff. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Casey. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
Flacco. This is the tight end, Njoku. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Flacco's throw there complete, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Play action, Flacco. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First and 10 here for Flacco. He'll get this complete to Tillman. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Now Flacco to the right side. That's where Tillman is. Touchdown, Browns. Cedric Tillman, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. That time a 6-play drive, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And the Turner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Flush to his right. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
On second down, here's Gibbs, and he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they try to set up the screen, but that almost disaster as it falls incomplete. Very nearly a turnover, but it's 4th down. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. On 1st down, Flacco. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Passing play, Flacco. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Alex Anzalone collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Flacco looks to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he will find his man on the outside. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Two problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But 2nd, you set the other guys up a great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
Goff on 1st down.
They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the 1st half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now it's Flacco. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Flacco from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net. 40 on a 6-yard return. And the Lions will take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Eluding the pressure right.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When the play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point. 2nd and a couple. Another run for Gibbs here.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Escaping the pressure right. Then he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Goff. This is caught. Touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Lions are able to add on to that lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To pass, Flacco.
Open man, that's Tillman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he is going to have a Browns 1st down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that was one I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Goff. Flushed out right. Well, this is caught by Williams. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. This offense so far on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Flacco. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here we go, 4th down, 4th quarter, Flacco.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
To throw is Goff. Flush to his right.
This to Laporta, right side.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
97 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Hand off now to Gibbs.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Here's Gibbs. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Goff.
setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now it's Gibbs.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Throwing now, Goff. Eluding the pressure right.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Now Goff. Out to his left. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit.
Sam Laporta.
42 yards.
And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Flacco. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.